it's not an April Fool's joke. Hey guys, welcome to Khanvolution. My name's Khan, and this is the freaking day that freaking Tower of God has been unleashed upon the anime world, the anime realms. Yes, dude. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I've been checking out a lot of Tower of God as anime-specific content prior to this, because I've checked out the first couple of trailers. You know, the official trailer, the characters trailer, the Stray Kids anime opening. I can't wait to see the opening for this shit, dude. And of course, the final trailer. If you guys haven't checked out my reactions to those, as well as some of my thoughts and predictions for those, the links are down in the description below. But I am so freaking excited for this episode, man. Different people have discovered Tower of God over the past decade at different points. I personally discovered it back in 2014 and have loved it ever since. I took a hiatus from reading it, and now once I got a little whiff that this shit was coming out, I started reading it back up again, and I'm not caught up yet, but I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so freaking excited to revisit the earlier story arcs of Tower of God in anime form, because I don't remember a lot of it. I do remember like some of the key points, but you know, a lot of it I just don't remember, and it's just seeing it again in full anime, beautiful animated quality glory, dude, it's so freaking good. For those of you guys don't know, A Tower of God is a Korean-based webtoon or manhwa that was released back in 2010, like I said, and like the fandom for it is huge, and the fandom has desired an anime adaptation for it for so long, and for us to get a Crunchyroll original version, a Japanese voice acted version of this, is just absolutely insane, and it's been a long time coming. And as a fan of Tower of God, I'm so happy to be sitting right here and being able to witness it, and thank God it's not a freaking April Fool's joke. Actually, you know what? One thing I do fear is by the end of this episode, they're gonna be like, ha, April Fools, you know, we tricked you guys, there's no episode 2. Oh my God, please, dear God, Tower of God. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just absolutely insane. I'm so freaking excited. I have the episode 1 ready to go. It's actually called Tower of God episode 1 Ball. Well, it's some like, you know, the translation is a little bit weird. I think in the English translated panels, the main character's name is Baam, the 25th of Baam, but it'll be interesting to see how they translate it here, because some call the character Bal. You know, it's a translation thing. So I personally call him Baam, but I think from what I've heard is that the subtitles will at least keep it as Baam. What do you guys think about Tower of God? Leave down in the comments below. Have you guys seen the episode already? I personally got my 14-day free trial of Crunchyroll just for this shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be watching a shit ton of anime in these next 14 days, bro. So super excited. If you guys want to check out the full episode yourself, you guys can check it out on Crunchyroll. You guys can get your free trial there as well. I'm not trying to sell nothing, I'm just saying what I did, you know what I'm saying? So obviously this video is going to be my reaction as well as review for the Tower of God episode 1. I'll be doing episodic reviews and reactions going forward. Just as fair warning, like because of a lot of copyright issues, I'm gonna, you know, trim down a lot of the footage. I'm gonna try and decrease the transparency a little bit. I'm gonna talk over a lot of the scenes that I include simply for copyright purposes, dim down a lot of the audio and make the visuals a little bit transparent. You know, that's simple reaction stuff, simply because it's just been released. If you guys want to watch the original content, you can go over to Crunchyroll and check it out yourselves. But yeah, these are obviously just going to be my reaction highlights and then the review afterwards. And during the review, I'll have mostly non-spoiler stuff, but when I do go into spoiler, I'll let you guys know so you guys can tune out if you just want to watch it by itself. But for the most part, my review is going to be complete non-spoiler content. I think for this first episode, it's just going to be non-spoilers, because I just don't want to get into spoilers anyway. I just want to experience the episode the way it was meant to, like go into this completely fresh, you know, because a lot of the stuff I forgot, a lot of the characters obviously I do remember, but a lot of the details that happen in between, I just, dude, I'm so freaking excited for this shit. As always, if you guys are enjoying watching these videos with me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video with any other fans of Tower of God. Guys, come over to our Discord. We have 100 people over there. Help us to get to our new goal of 200. I created a separate channel there just for Tower of God and for Tower of God fans to, like, you know, talk about stuff. Obviously it's non-spoilery stuff. I'll make a separate channel just for spoilery talk for those of you guys who've caught up to the webtoons, you know what I'm saying? Super excited to chat with you guys over there. I also have a twitch.tv/Khanvolution where I Twitch stream some of the games. We'll be Twitch streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake when that comes out in a few days. I know some of you guys already have received that, but all that stuff for later. That was time for Tower of God. Let's go get this shit Baam the 25th. Been waiting a lifetime for this. In 3, 2, 1. Tower of God, son! Damn. Kun! Hatsa! Endrosi! I didn't recognize those feet anywhere. Oh shit. Oh, Chibisu, damn! Look at all those tracksuits. I'm not Jad. The ultimate rock. The freaking rabbit. Dude, look at the... Oh my god. Oh shit. Stray Kids, bro. Let you go. Oh shit. Wow, this opening is very Baam focused. Rachel! Oh man. Dude, I love their voices so much. Ooh, dude, look at the shading of the colors. The red and black, just like Baam's clothing. Oh, wow. Yo, look at that. Wait. Oh shit. Dude, what? Test one, the white steel eel and the ball. Those murals, dude, I'm telling you this, I don't remember seeing those murals at all in when I read the webtoon. What do they mean? Look at the environment. The freaking rabbit! Look at his staff, dude. There's sort of this chimera looking Pegasus, something that looks like Zeus. Damn, we're here already, holy shit. Yeah, he's... That's Baam. Yes! Loved that. Oh! Right! Different languages. They need the universal translator. There you go. They made him so short. Yes, why indeed? Oh, damn! Yep. The Black March! Damn, dude! I love the way it shows up! Oh, pull that shit out! Love Yuri's logic, dude. Dude. He don't like. I love their interactions, man. Oh, here we go, let's go! Oh, yeah, she can't interfere. Oh, shit! Yeah, she can't interfere. Oh shit. Yep. You need nerves of steel. Oh, I love that coat. Let's go! Stab that shit, Baam! Okay, now we're getting an opportunity to go back and see some of the stuff that he went through. Baam is a hopeless romantic, man. Oh yes, we get to see this. Oh dude, let's go. Oh shit. Damn, Baam is so handsome that even like spiritual beings are granting him his strength. Freaking awesome. Eureka hot for you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shit. Hells yeah, we all are. Oh, test 2, the regulars, let's go! Oh dude, this field looks so freaking beautiful. Lighthouse! It's a pure elimination test. Oh my god, look at all of them. Oh, this sleepy ass mofo! Why do you look so good? Oh shit, damn. Dude, we're getting so much this first episode, holy crap. Run your ass, Baam, oh damn! Oh shit, yeah, Baam is one lucky ass mofo. Oh shit. Oh shit. Run your ass, Baam, run your ass! Oh, Kun! This guy. Dude, silhouette against the sky, bro! Freaking rock the right side! Kun is no pushover, bro. Oh, dude, the Holy Trinity! I don't think you're ready for this jelly just yet, Baam. Is that it? Whew, okay, so that was a pretty crazy episode 1 start off. Now, if you guys are watching this anime completely blind without having read the webtoon, I can understand that you guys are a little bit confused about exactly what have happened. Actually, probably a lot confused about exactly what actually transpired here. But let's break down the simple stuff. I've decided I'm not gonna go into any spoilers or whatnot, but basically just reveal information that, you know, that was just explained in this episode 1. So obviously, first of all, we're introduced to our main character, Baam. And also we meet the other character, you know, who's, as the anime states, that is the centerpiece of this story, you know, Rachel. Now, of course, we are introduced to the concept of the tower itself. You know what I'm saying? So in the original webtoon, we actually didn't see, those little petals, that petal energy sort of dispersing Rachel as she enters into the tower, the actual gates opening themselves. We did get like an actual, a picturesque version of it. However, seeing it firsthand in the anime, the actual movable image itself is actually quite a unique experience, because that's not the way I pictured it, but it feels like the right way, over here. But it feels so interesting. It actually reminded me a lot of the Gate of the Truth from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, if I'm able to relate it to that, because it looked like it was literally the truth gate opening for Rachel for the first time. And then when Baam's innate desire to go meet her and follow her and ultimately be with her, that ultimate desires would open the gate for him as well. So obviously we don't get much of the outside world before we enter into the tower, and that is very true for the webtoon as well. We have very little we only have 2 scenes that show us any depiction of the outside world. As far as episode 1 is concerned, the outside world looks very, very grim. It feels like very rock heavy, feels like we're underneath the ground most of the time. Even the path that Baam is following Rachel through is a very dark corridor, almost a dark corridor within 2 mountainsides. That's what it sort of feels like. Baam is chasing Rachel down, and I love that the episode started like that, because that's kind of how the webtoon starts as well, because it's literally Baam running after Rachel, because Rachel, as the animation as the episode stated, that Rachel really wants to see the stars. We don't exactly know for what reason yet, but basically she wants to get to the tower to see the stars. That's her ultimate goal. And as the episode stated, that this is truly the story the surrounding Rachel and the boy Baam who runs after her, and that's the way they started the episode. And also in the middle we see that basically, when Baam was much younger, or a while back, we see Baam with much longer hair. We see him in white cloth and trying to climb his way up. We actually don't know what happened to him prior to that, at least in episode 1. You know what I'm saying? So it's Rachel who sort of, pulls him out of that sort of out of the darkness. So he literally views Rachel. One can argue that he views Rachel as sort of like an angel, his sort of guardian angel. And now that Rachel is deciding to leave him and leave his side, it's just something that he can't, possibly fathom, because they're still very young at this moment. And so he wants to follow her no matter what. And we actually don't know how the tower operates, but as Hidan described, that he obviously has a desire, and that's why the tower opened for him. And there was a word that Yuri Jihad specifically used to describe him, and Hidan as well, they called him an irregular and not a regular. As Evan states, or at least Yuri states, when Evan and Yuri are talking, we get that knowledge that an irregular is usually somebody who brings a lot of change and chaos to the tower that hasn't been present there prior to their entrance. So it's a cool concept, and I want you guys to stick that into your head a little bit, as you guys follow this series, because that'll play into a lot of the key events that take place. You guys will understand what these mean going forward, so I won't reveal it too much over here, but a lot of crazy concepts introduced that will actually be explained later on. So don't be worried if you don't understand everything right away, because I think the creators did this quite deliberately to be able to put a lot of these questions into your guys' minds. But even having read the webtoon myself, it still felt so very new to me, simply because I haven't read the chapter since chapter 1 since 2014. Now, if I think back on it, a lot of this episode 1 went by very fast, but of course I read the webtoon in a much slower fashion, so my initial experience of the story is gonna differ from this version, because it goes very quickly. So I would assume that a lot of webtoon readers would feel the same way. But actually, if you guys have read the webtoon, how did you guys feel about this? But the flow of this episode, did you guys feel it was too fast paced, or did it work for you? Personally, it worked for me, even though it did feel fast paced at some moments, specifically when Yuri entered. However, that entrance came up as a total the WTF moment. So basically, the first test is about the eel. It's a very simple minded test. You just have to go to the it's like there's a guardian. You have to bypass the guardian, destroy the little black ball in the steel ball in the center, and if you do, you succeed. However, the surprising thing about what Hidan does is that he makes the difficulty of this challenge so much harder, harder to the ability that even people at level 20 of this tower would have difficulty in breaking the steel ball, which Yuri realizes right away. So first of all, Yuri Jihad has that epic entrance with a freaking foot smack to the Baam's face. I freaking loved it. It was awesome. We obviously got a shot of that in the trailers as well, so I absolutely loved that as well. And we also got we get to see her assistant, who is Evan, and I love how short they made him. It's perfect, just absolutely perfect. I love their interaction. As you can tell just from this episode that Yuri and Evan have been together, like, adventuring for quite a while. One thing we didn't get, which I'm guessing we will get maybe in episode 2, I'm presuming, is a little bit of information of what led Yuri and Evan there, because I think that's something that took place in chapter 2 or 3 of the original webtoon, but I have to go back and check myself. And of course, from Yuri's perspective, he sees Baam as this very handsome figure, so even the freaking Black March, who's not really human, sees him as a handsome figure, you know what I'm saying? I absolutely love that. And of course, she summons her inventory and gives the weapon, the Black March, to him. Now, we don't know exactly the full extent of the Black March, but we do know that this weapon, in this world, weapons can take the form of actual living creatures. They can have 2 forms, kind of like back in in Soul Eater. You know how the weapons themselves are humans, if you've seen that anime. However, it's a little bit different over here. But obviously, this Black March is female. It didn't answer to Yuri, but somehow, of course, it's gonna answer to the very cute little Baam. And just that interaction that Black March has with Yuri, and like tells her to get lost and stuff, absolutely freaking hilarious. So just remember, for example, how lucky Baam is. He goes into the first level. Hidan gives him a test that obviously other people cannot even comprehend to beat unless they've passed a certain number of levels, like specifically level 20. And then we get one of these these powerful tower climbers show up, who is Yuri Jihad, remember that name, and then ultimately give him the weapon itself that will help him, give him one of the a very powerful weapon. I'm choosing my words very carefully, because things will be revealed later on a little bit more clearly, but gives him the exact weapon. So how lucky is Baam to have the looks to be able to sort of attract this amazing climber of the tower, to be able to sway her to giving her this weapon. And how lucky is he that he is able to call upon the weapon, who actually likes him because of the way he looks. It's a very interesting concept once you start to think about it, because it's just that whole luck factor. How lucky is Baam really, you know what I'm saying? So just I've always focused on those factors when I've ever read the webtoon myself, and I love that they kept those specific moments in their specific ways. But one thing I caught was that, if you look at Baam's dress and you look at Rachel's dress, I don't know if it's the anime or if it's the webtoon, but I felt like in the webtoon, Rachel's dress was a bit more lighter shade and a little bit more pink, rather than what they depicted over here, where it's a little bit more red and more reminiscent of Baam's colors, which makes sense because Baam has been with Rachel and obviously took a lot of Rachel's traits and built himself from that, learned a lot from Rachel, and actually created his wardrobe to mimic that of Rachel. So I love that they kept that little thing there, they brightened up the saturation of Rachel's color to depict that a little bit more. But so interesting. And of course, when we get to level 2, the moment we get to level 2, we see all the different characters introduced. We get an amalgam of characters introduced. I won't go into all of their details, but we do see, that giant crocodile looking character. His name is Rock the Wraithsayer, and of course the blue-headed fellow who is Kun Aguero Agnes. They show up, and of course Baam is there alongside that other creature with the multiple eyes. But that's the kicker, we'll see what happens in episode 2, but I'm so freaking excited for this anime, dude. You have no freaking idea. Obviously it's just my review of the episode 1, but for my part, I did feel like the pacing was a little bit fast, because that's just my experience from the webtoon, but it did not hinder my experience of it at all. I freaking loved episode 1. I think this is a great adaptation of the webtoon itself. I love the colors, I love the textures, I love the artwork overall. We see a lot of those like broken outline of the individual's characters that I've seen in several other anime as well. So I love that portion of it. It felt the art style and the graphics and everything. It had sort of like the old school anime feel to it, which I just love. I think over time the anime will progress and the art style will progressively get better. However, I love the way it started out because a lot of like these pastel like colors, we see these like these very dual shades of black and red, and then we see like yellow and purple. We see a lot of like opposites, you know, a lot opposite colors within the spectrum, visible in the same, you know, visible in the same scene at the same time. So I absolutely love that. And of course the greenish hue against the purple background of the eel chamber, freaking awesome. And the way they have transitions from scene to scene where it just like sort of disperses and the next scene just arrives, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And just the quality is there. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention was that the opening, you know, the opening showed us a little glimpse at all of the individual characters who are prominent, who play prominent roles in this season. It's just absolutely amazing because I don't think we ever got that in the webtoon, this sort of like, you know, getting ready scenes. You know, we see like Androsi, we see Chibisu, we see Hots, little shots of them preparing, because you know, these are going to be important characters going forward and we need that to be. And the other thing was the opening. Because the opening was very Baam centric. They did very little to give away any shots of, you know, what happens in the season, and I love that because it'll leave a lot of the events that take place in the rest of the season complete surprises for the anime audience who have not read the webtoon. You know what I'm saying? And visually a surprise for those who have read the webtoon and are watching this for the anime experience. You know, so I'm excited to see all the stuff that has yet to come. And of course, in the opening, we through that beautiful music that we see Baam, various stages of Baam's like mentality, sort of him suffering, him in isolation, him sort of bearing the burden of, you know, having to go after Rachel, even knowing that Rachel sort of left him, but, you know, not exactly being able to understand the reason for it. You know, the only desire he has is going after Rachel, and it's just, you know, all those emotions that have been bottled up within him, it's portions of his mentality playing out in the opening itself, you know, in various segments. So I absolutely love that. Anyways, what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below, share your thoughts, ideas, enthusiasm. If you guys have read the webtoon, what do you guys think about it? If you guys haven't read the webtoon, what do you think about it? Have you guys been anticipating this anime? Leave all that stuff below. Come over to my Discord, we can continue to chat over there as well. And with that all being said, I'll see you guys later in episode 2. Until then, have a wonderful day or wonderful night wherever you guys are. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe, hit that like button, and feel free to share the video. And I'll see you guys next time.